Welcome to the press conference, the unveiling, the presentation of the new head coach Massimiliano Allegri, and sporting director Iglitari is also present. Hello everybody. First of all, thank you for the big number of people who have come out to see the presentation of our new head coach Massimiliano Allegri. I'll take this opportunity to thank Mr. Allegri and his staff for the enthusiasm that they've brought to this the beginning of this new adventure. His arrival at Milan was immediately something the club were enthusiastic about. We consider him an important figurehead who will bring lots of experience and lots of energy and a winner's mentality to this team. That's why it's his moment. And now I'll leave the stage to Mr. Allegri and your questions. Please ask questions for Mr. Allegri.
Grazie Nicola. Ciao mister, buongiorno.
Hello Mr. Allegri.
Buongiorno a tutti, ben trovati.
Hello everybody, welcome back.
Quindi mi fa piacere.
It's
Faccio una piccola introduzione, mi fa piacere.
I just want to do a quick introduction.
Essere qui davanti a voi.
It's nice to be here in front of you.
Quindi iniziamo oggi
And let's start this new adventure today,
dove cercheremo di toglierci delle grandi soddisfazioni.
where we hopefully will have great satisfaction. The official, it was the 30th of May that there was the official announcement of your return to Milan. Since then, have you what have you done? Have you galvanized the determination? Have you focused yourself on everything you want to do? When we came back, since we came back, we've started to work with the directors, with all the components of the club, to have results, good results at the end of the season. I think we have to be united as a group, where we all go in one direction. We have to be professional, we have to be responsible. It's a very important club, Milan. A very big club. We've only just begun. I share everything Mr. Tare, the director of sport, says about the club. And we share the same dynamic. We're going to evaluate everything. We had the first training. We've had the first training sessions. Today there'll be an open training session. It's a fantastic adventure. I'm very happy. I'm very enthusiastic. I'm really glad to have returned to Milan, where there were people, lots of people that were here in my first spell, and there are some new people. I'm very stimulated, motivated. It's great to meet new people, and it's great to work together. Welcome back, Mr. Allegri. 15 years later, a lot has changed at Milan. You've changed in the last 15 years. You've won more trophies than Milan. Is this the objective? Is this the target, to bring Milan back to the top, to winning the Scudetto? And also, you seem quite emotional when you came back. The last question, let's start with the last question. Five is a lucky number for me.
Sono diversamente giovane. Detto questo, il Milan,
Milan,
non è che
it's not like I've won more than Milan in these 15 years. I've had the luck to work with Milan for 4 years. I remember the president Silvio Berlusconi and Adriano Galliani, and we were in a condition to be able to win things thanks to the club and the players. The players I worked with, and they gave me a Scudetto. Then I went to Juventus, and I'd actually like to take this opportunity now to thank Juventus for 8 years I spent with them, the people I worked with at Juventus for 8 years who supported me every day. The president, Andrea Agnelli, I had 8 years with Mr. Agnelli, very close contact with him. I've got a very good relationship with him. Having said this, I will try everything to put the players in condition to give everyone lots of satisfaction, joy and important victories here at Milan. But it all comes from the club. The club has to be united. Everyone has to be supported. And I'm convinced that the club will support me and will be a unified block. The Milan squad is a very good squad, I think. Now I'm getting to know the players. They are good players. The club and the director, the sporting director, are looking at all the various angles and situations. The important thing is to be in the best conditions possible on the 31st of August. And we have to start working, as I always say, that to make the first 6 months to create the basis, the foundations, in order to arrive in May and March in the best conditions. The season is decided in March and May. We have a game in the Coppa Italia in August, first of all, and then and that's where we start.
Ciao.
I wanted to ask, at the end of the season, would you be happy if... I don't want to start with what will you feel like at the end of the season. We've only just started. I don't want to start by talking about these things. I think we have to be very enthusiastic and show lots of passion. We have to be responsible. We have to be determined. And we have to put down the foundation to be ready in March to make things happen and to hit our objectives. The first objective, I think the most important, or the first important objective, that we have to play in the Champions League. That's the first objective. A club like Milan have to play in the Champions. In March, we have to be in the Champions League positions.
Buongiorno e bentornato, mister.
Hello and welcome back. Last season, I know you watched Milan matches. How can you explain last season's 8th place finish, even though the squad is good? What can you give to this Milan to improve that 8th place finish last season? It's difficult to say. It's difficult to say in football. Let me give an example. I watched Serie B, Spezia, last season, and Spezia made the playoffs last season with one extra player, when the season before they played the play out. There's no explanation really, because you have to work hard. What happened to Milan? I don't know. I'm not able to say what happened last season to comment on it. I think it would be a lack of respect. I wasn't working with Milan last season. I watched some matches though, and I enjoyed some of them. Watching football is my passion. It's not just my job. This season, it's a new season. We have to concentrate on this. Last season, Milan won a trophy and they got to the final of the Coppa Italia. They had some great performances, some good matches in one-off matches. They were very good. I have to take the positives of last season. And when you take the positives, when the results go well, you know that that's evidence that there's a good team there. Now I have to make them better. I have to get the best out of them. We have to work together with the players and the staff. Everyone who plays part of our training centre, works at our training centre, Milanello. And we have to get the best out of the team, because when you're at Milan, a big club like Milan, you have to be ambitious to get the best out of the team and never settle. But to do this, you have to be dedicated in your work day by day, and you have to look for. You have to try in the league, above all, where it's not a one-off match. You have to cruise along smoothly. You have to travel at a certain speed. You have to reach a certain number of points. If you want to be in certain places in the table, you have to score a certain amount of goals, concede fewer goals. The Italian league is very, very difficult. When I was a child, I was taught this, and very little's changed since then.
Ciao Max. Buongiorno. Ti chiedo, sei arrivato il primo anno, la tua prima esperienza rossonera.
Your first year, you arrived early on and won the Scudetto. And I want to know what your objective is for this spell. Is it to get the next league title, which bring the second star? It's not about winning matches by one goal. It's about working well. It's about bringing Milan, taking Milan back into Europe. Above all, the Champions League. Everyone has to have that target in mind. We have to get there. We can only get there with work, with everyday work, with training. Everyone, me included, me first of all. We have to work hard every day, and I believe in it. Hello and welcome back, Max. From your personal point of view, how have the last few months been? We read that you were the manager that all of the clubs in Serie A were looking for. Inter were linked with you. Napoli were linked with you. Italy's team, the national team, were linked with you. If Gattuso hadn't taken the job, Gennaro Gattuso. But you chose Milan. Why? I chose Milan because I got a real affection for Milan. It's where I won a Scudetto, my first Scudetto. As the director Iglitari said, and Giorgio Forlani. When I met them, it was a really enthusiastic, positive meeting. We decided to start this adventure together. Very happy and enthusiastic about this choice, my choice.
Buon pomeriggio, mister. Io volevo chiederle, visto che è un periodo un po' destabilizzante forse per i rossoneri,
it's been a difficult period for Milan. We're waiting for the official move of Theo Hernandez. There's a lot to talk about Dusan Vlahovic, who could be interesting to Milan. I'd like to know what your comments are on that. About the transfer market, here I've got the sporting director Tare, and he is He is monitoring everything.
Io condivido e condividiamo
We will
tutti i giorni
share every
quello
day.
le opportunità che ci sono.
We will look at what the
Per quanto
opportunities
riguarda
are
le uscite,
every day regarding exits,
sono
departures.
state condivise.
They were all
Insieme alla
agreed by
società.
everybody, me and the
Oggi
club.
ho 25 giocatori,
Today
quindi
I've
sono
got
molto contento
25
di
players.
tutti i giocatori
I'm very
che ho a
happy with
disposizione in
them.
questo momento. Tra l'altro oggi 3 devono rimanere fuori dall'allenamento perché più di 20 di movimento non ne posso far giocare.
Some are out injured,
Poi
but
credo che le cose vanno fatte piano piano.
I think we have to do things slowly and gradually. We have to work hard. On the 17th of August, I repeat, we've got a Coppa Italia match.
Che nessuno magari poi ne parlerà, ma dopo alla fine per noi è una partita molto importante perché è una partita
It's an important starting point because it's a match, it's a one-off match, it's a knockout match.
Andiamo dietro con Andrea Sereni, La Repubblica.
Buongiorno mister, io volevo chiederle.
I'd like to know, last year, Napoli's example was interesting. A team without European football who were able to win the league. You've just arrived. Have you got in mind something like Napoli last year, in the sense that no European football could help with the Scudetto race? And also, do you think Milan can do what Napoli did? All I can say is that Milan, when they work, when you work at Milan, you have to be ambitious and you have to aim to get the best results possible. And to do so, as I said before, you have to work hard and believe that you can get the best results possible. If we're good, if in March we're in the Champions League places or the higher places in the league table, we can work hard and we can think about it. But I'm not going to say now that we're going to win the league, we're going to win this, we're going to win that. That's not useful to say that now. We have to be, what's more important is to be professional and determined and well prepared. We have to get the results we need with hard work, passion, and responsible. Every one of us within this club has to have.
Andiamo da Franco Ordine, Il Giornale.
Eccoci.
Buongiorno professor Ordine.
Here we are.
Buongiorno.
Hello, Professor Ordine.
Ma visto che stai facendo un po' di catenaccio su tutto
You're being a bit defensive on certain answers. I'd like to ask something. I'm not. Are you saying I'm being defensive with my answers? Let's not start saying that I'm a defensive manager. Will you play a 4-3-3? Where? Will you play a 3-3-3? First of all,
poi vediamo come li mettiamo. Speriamo di metterli bene perché
I hope to set my team up well. That's the main thing. Is Mike Maignan captain for next season and Raphael vice? Mike Maignan has decided to stay and he is captain of the team. He is an international player. He's important. He's one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. And the club have done very well to keep Mike Maignan, to convince him to stay. Raphael is an extraordinary player and he will have a great season.
Davanti da Antonio Vitiello, Corriere dello Sport.
Salve mister, bentornato.
Welcome back, mister.
Ipotizziamo questo 4-3-3.
Let's imagine this 4-3-3. Midfield, 3 midfielders. Who are these midfielders? Would Luka Modric, where will Luka Modric play? Mezzala, playmaker, inside, forward, or will he play in front of the defence? Well, Luka Modric, we're waiting for him to arrive because he's still playing. He'll come here in August. He's a very good player. We don't need to introduce him because everyone knows how good he is. We have Samuel Ricci in midfield, Luka Modric when he arrives. We have Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think he's a very good, important player. When he arrived, he scored 12 goals. We have Fofana. We have Bondo. We have Musa. We've got very good players in midfield. We'll play with 3 midfielders, but depending on their characteristics, we'll decide who we select. It depends on the players and who's available, how we'll use them in midfield. We'll try and get the best out of them, and we'll hope to get the best out of them.
Sì, buongiorno mister. Sono qua in fondo.
Here I am. Okay.
Ma no, lei prima ha parlato dell'importanza
You spoke about the importance of the club and the support you're receiving from the club. Do you think the situation? Do you think the arrival of a man like Iglitare is important, and there wasn't a man like him last season? Regarding what happened up until 1 month ago, I don't know. I can't tell you. I can only tell you what I've discovered since arriving. Everyone knows their role, which is important. Iglitare is a bonus for the club. It's important that we're all going in the same direction, because this group, which we have to have, from the owner down to the people who work in the dressing room, the physiotherapists, everyone working together for Milan. We have to be a united group to get the players in the best conditions possible, to get them in the best condition to win matches.
Buongiorno mister, ben ritrovato. Allora, una doppia domanda, perché lei ha
2 questions. You spoke about all the components, players, director, Tare, and the owners. You are starting with fans who were a little bit disappointed from what happened the last match of last season. The fans sent a message. Can you give a message to the fans? They want this. They would like this to be a season of rebirth for Milan. Have you got any comments on that? Regarding the owners, I met them. We had a nice, pleasant lunch together, which I enjoyed. Re the fans, I repeat. The thing we have to do is work well. Every day, day after day. The only thing to regain the fans' respect is to work well, responsibly and professionally, and try and get the results we have to get, because they're the most important thing in football. And the fans have to give us a hand. The fans have to help us, because we will need them. Absolutely, we will need the fans.
Buongiorno mister, 2 citazioni, una sua e una no. La prima,
a quote.
Lei riguardando qualche conferenza, qualche intervista, una volta detto,
once you said
i campionati si vincono
championships are won by winning matches in which you play badly.
Poi la seconda citazione,
and you also said, or someone else said, it's important to say thank you to the people that made me, took me as a man, a player, a boy, and turned me into a man. That was Dusan Vlahovic who said that. Well, I have a good relationship with Dusan Vlahovic. He arrived young from Fiorentina, and I saw him develop well. And the other quote, championships are won by winning matches when you don't play well. I don't like statistics and numbers, but some numbers you can't avoid, some statistics. In the last 16 seasons, there's only 1 year when the championship was not won by the team with the best defence. I think that was Sarri at Juventus, when they conceded 43 goals. When I was a child, I used to collect football stickers. I felt that goal difference was I realised that goal difference was very important. If you score lots but concede lots, you won't do very well.
Buongiorno mister. Qua.
Buongiorno.
Bentornato. Ha parlato prima di Leao, ha detto
You spoke about Raphael and said you believe he'll have a great stage. And where do you get that belief from?
Di presentazione della stagione o di nuovi allenatori, tutti hanno detto Leao ha grandi
every new manager at Milan has said that Raphael will have a great season and will be the best player in the world.
Gli manca forse quel quid per qualcosa in più.
And do you
riuscirà a farglielo tirar fuori?
do you think you can bring the best out of Raphael? I hope so. I'm convinced because he's getting to an age now where he's maturing as a player. Between 27 and 30 is when the players have their best, when they reach their peak. Raphael is like that. I think he feels more responsibility. We've spoken. I think everything's in place for Raphael to do very well.
Buongiorno, bentornato mister.
Buongiorno.
Dopo come e quanto è cambiato il Milan in questi anni lo sappiamo, l'abbiamo capito, ma come e quanto è cambiato Max Allegri?
How has Max Allegri changed in these years away from Milan? I saw a photo when I was with Milan first time when I had hair. I've changed a lot. It's normal. I've had experiences. I've gained experience.
Io dico che I giovani non sono più o meno bravi.
The young players aren't better than the older players. It's a question of what you've done. It's a question of experience. In general, in life, though, it's depends on your experiences. I'll be 58 in a month. I'll be 58 years old. Respect my first Milan. Respect when I started. I'm completely different.
Dico sempre che I 4 anni di Milan,
4 years, my first 4 years with Milan, and my 8 with Juventus. Let's say I was very lucky because 4 years with Milan taught me a lot, and my 8 years with Juventus taught me other things, a lot, but other things. Therefore, this mix of the two clubs, gave me a lot of experience, and I will keep that with me. I use that, but I want to add though, because I don't think you ever stop learning. There's always the possibility to improve. Everyone can improve, and I think it's important to say that. You shouldn't just try and maintain your level. You improve or you get worse. You don't maintain your level. The day that you stop improving is the day to stop.
Mister, buongiorno, ben ritrovato. La parola scudetto.
The word scudetto.
Deve diventare un obbligo.
Is that an obligation for you, an obsession for you, an objective for you and this team?
2 anni fa l'Inter ha vinto la seconda
because Inter won the second star in the derby the season before last, and that obviously was a big disappointment for Milan. Maybe we'll chat about it at the end of the transfer market at the end of August, but can you talk about that? Say that we're aiming for the Scudetto is something that you can say. You can write that. The press can say that. But when a season starts, if a big club like Milan have to have high objectives, then the action on the pitch will tell us what is realistic. It's 38 matches. Every Sunday, every day you have to work hard because the matches in the Italian league are very difficult, and every Sunday you have to play for 3 points to get to a certain level of points, which will put you in a good position in the table. But we can talk about this in March. Until March, you have to build the base, the foundation, to be in good condition. The last 2 months are the most important.
Mister, bentornato, in bocca al lupo. Le chiedo che Ibra ha ritrovato.
How have you found Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who was your player? And have you spoken to Theo Hernandez, asking him to change idea? Ibrahimovic, I haven't seen him yet.
Appena c'è stata l'ufficialità, ci siamo contattati.
We were in touch though when it was official that I was coming back. He was a player that, with others, gave me the Scudetto, my first Scudetto. And now he's starting a new career. He's a director, as director Tare and Giorgio Forlani said. He has to be an example. The professionalism of Zlatan Ibrahimovic has to be an example to all the players. Theo Hernandez has made a different choice. Theo's a great player. He's made his choice and I wish him all the best.
Buongiorno Massimiliano, ben ritrovato. In
this conference, you've spoken about responsibility, professionalism, a compact group, united group. How important will it be to work on the mindset, the heads of these players? Because they appeared quite fragile last season. They didn't seem particularly determined and didn't seem able to focus on the objectives last season. And there were failures. I can't judge last season. I am only able to talk from what happens now. And we will try and get the team in great condition straight away. We have to become a team. We'll become a team. As soon as we become a team, we'll be able to have positive results. The players were attentive to me. They made themselves available and listened, and then we have to show what we can do though with the ball. That's the hardest thing. Today is the first training session, and I have got faith. I repeat, what happened last season or in the years before, it's the past. I have to take the best of last year, as I've spoken to Tare and the club. We don't need a revolution. Milan doesn't require a revolution. We have to work responsibly and in order. And from now until the 31st of August, Director Sportivo Tare will be working hard for the team.
Buongiorno Max, bentornato. L'anno scorso hai guardato molto
Last season you watched a lot of Milan, but you watched other teams. Thiago Silva said that you gave him advice for his team to beat Inter at the Club World Cup. But what teams do you fear next season? Thiago Silva called me because we're in touch. We speak every now and then. I said, what are you doing? Are you a director? He said, no, I'm still playing. And I said, really? And then we had a laugh. And the second question I've forgotten. Clubs I'm worried about next season. The teams that are always dangerous are Napoli. They're the favourite to win the league. When you win the league, you're normally favourite. Inter, Juventus, Atalanta, Roma, Lazio. There are normally 7 or 8 teams that you have to respect, and to arrive in the top 4 is not easy.
Buongiorno mister, bentornato, in bocca al lupo. Lei prima parlava della statistica del
You spoke about the statistics, about how to get good results, about not conceding too many goals, conceding few goals. The last few years, Milan have had problems defending. Last season, it appeared that they started every match a goal down. At this moment, who are the fullbacks you expect to work with? Some have left, some have renewed their contracts. Tell us about the fullbacks and the central defenders as well. What do you expect from the central defenders? Would you like someone a bit younger, or are you looking for someone fresher? I'm not speaking about the transfer market because the sporting director is taking care of it and doing very well. The fullbacks, we have Jimenez, who can play fullback, Davide Bartesaghi, who's a very interesting young player, and we're working with them. We've got time to sort out the fullbacks, to sort everything out. In central defence, we've got 4 central defenders with different characteristics who have got margins of improvement. Pavlovic is a player who has got good margins of improvement. Tomori, Malik Chow, Gabbia is an exemplario player, an example to everyone, and I'm happy with everyone we've got.
Buongiorno. Un anno fa sembrava che il cortomuso non fosse più tanto
a year ago it seemed like the one-goal victory was out of fashion, but perhaps it's changed and it's back to fashion. One-goal victory, or corto muso as you call it.
Arrivare al Milan è una rivincita.
Is it a bit of a revenge for you to come back to Milan after the way you exited your Prima club, or people that didn't appreciate what you did at Juventus? No, there's no revenge. I can only be positive and thank Juventus. We had 8 great years together. I said before, I'm really grateful to everyone I worked with at Juventus. No revenge. The other question? Other offers I had. The most important offer was from Milan. That was the most important offer of work I had. I'm very happy and enthusiastic about being back here. Milan is a charming club that really appeals to me.
2 domande in una sulla tecnica, che è una cosa di cui lei parla spesso. Prima ha detto giocare all'attacco, che mi ha fatto ripensare a una frase dell'altra conferenza su un Milan che deve dominare le partite. Mi chiedo se
you're saying that
giocare un calcio di possesso,
Milan need to
magari tornando un po' al suo
do you want Milan to dominate matches and to dominate the play? And I want to ask about Dusan Vlahovic.
Mi sembra che il Milan con le punizioni negli ultimi anni non sia
and also free kicks. Milan have struggled with free kicks in the last few years. Are you interested in a free kick taker?
Per loro non ce la faccio più a tirare in porta, quindi però detto questo la prima domanda.
What's the first question? I believe football, when you have the ball, you have to attack well and score goals. When you don't have the ball, you have to defend and not concede. Simple. There's different styles of defending, different ways of attacking. But I think there are only 2 phases in football. When you've got the ball, attack and be decisive. When you haven't got defend, don't concede goals.
Buongiorno mister, bentornato di Test Sports China. A me colpisce abbastanza il fatto che appena lei entra in sala
the fact that as soon as you entered the press room, there was a happy atmosphere, a cheerful atmosphere. That really struck me.
Il nome, il titolo inventato dal collega Carlo Peregatti, quindi Stalle Allegri, no?
Cheerful. Everyone was Allegri, the Italian for cheerful. How important is this cheerfulness for you and in the dressing room? Do you think the players will be a bit more cheerful this year? Will you like to... I think we have to have fun with determination, winning. Have fun, winning, and be determined. That's the mix. We do a wonderful job. We have got wonderful jobs. But like all jobs, it needs to be done with passion. And this leads you to doing things and overcoming obstacles. But to do that, you need to be passionate about your job. And we have a wonderful job. We do it. We try to have fun. When I go back to Milanello in the morning, I train And we play with great passion, and we realize how lucky we are to have our job.
Facciamo le ultime tre, Antonello Gioia, poi Paolo Vinci e Pellegrini.
Mister, buongiorno.
Sì,
bentornato.
Buongiorno, grazie.
Allora, io ammetto, non sono un intenditore di ippica, come dice lei, ma lei
I don't really understand horse racing like you do, but you said sometimes
e ci pensa lui. Ecco, le aule
you have to give the ball to the best player and he'll take care of business. Is that how you see Raphael?
Oppure paraocchi e si va al galoppo?
No, paraocchi no, perché paraocchi si vede solo da una parte, quindi bisogna avere la visione a 360 gradi.
I want the players. I want Raphael to see the whole pitch because he's got great characteristics.
Dire quali sono. Ma come tutti gli altri,
like all the other players, though, Raphael for his characteristics, or Ruben Loftus-Cheek for his characteristics, or Samuel Erici, Fikayo Tomori, or Jimenez. I have to put them in the best condition to show what they can do. I have to put them in the condition to show their best.
Buongiorno. Ciao.
The night when you left your last match with Milan against Sassuolo at the Mapei Stadium, since then, you had, in your first spell, you had got Milan finished in the top three every time. With Juventus, you always arrived very high in the table. Well, what happened last season with Milan, I can't talk about that. They're just it's just chat, bar chat. What I can say, what I am saying, what I'm repeating is that it's a new season starting today. We've got objectives, we've got targets to hit from the 17th of August, the Coppa Italia. Then we'll have the league. And to get the right results and to be consistent in the league, we have to work every day, we have to work hard. That's the only way you can be consistent in the league. A one-off match, the cup, a knockout match, a semi-final, final, is very different to the league. It's very different to the league campaign. And I want the players to understand that. And I think everyone who works with us, the players and the tactical staff, will understand that, because from the physios, kit men, chefs to the players, we have to be focused to hit our objectives.
Buongiorno, ciao Max. Buongiorno Igli, una cosa anche per Igli. Max, il più bel risultato che tu hai ottenuto nella tua
best result in your career
non sono gli scudetti, secondo me.
Wasn't the Scudetto, but it was the two Champions League finals that you reached, because not many have got to two finals in 3 years, and you did that with Juventus. As Adriano Galliani said, even if you don't win the Champions League final, it's still important to get there. And now, some of the fans are saying with Allegri, we won't play exciting football. Are you a bit tired of criticism? People criticizing your style, saying that your style isn't very exciting. No, I'm not tired. I enjoy the people talking about these things, analysing my style of play. But for me, it's the result that's most important. If you win, you're a good manager. If you lose, you are. Let me give you an example. Ronaldo scored an overhead kick against us, Juventus at Torino. Nobody remembered the cross. Football is art. The players are artists with their feet and with their heads. And the fans at the stadium love to watch artistic moments, creative moments.
È vero,
But it's a team sport as well, which I agree with people that say
Uno la
that.
passa al 2, il 2 la passa al 3, 3 sbaglia al passaggio, il gioco di squadra è già finito.
But if 2 or 3 people can't pass properly, if 2 or 3 passes break down, the move is a failure. So we have to put the players in position to be able to do the basics and play skillfully well. A question for Iglitare: what is a typical Albanese dessert?
Una torta qua, cioè
We've got a cake
e non mangiarla
here,
ci dispiacerebbe. Qualche notizia di calciomercato,
and we would like a bit of dessert regarding the transfer market. Can you give us a treat regarding the transfer market?
Non mi potrà dire i nomi, ma un punto al Trilecce albanese lo vorrei.
Per quanto riguarda il Trilecce,
regarding the cake, I agree. It's a really good Albanian cake, an Albanian treat. I agree. Let's get some publicity for the Trilecce, the Albanian dessert. Regarding the market, I don't think it's the time to talk about transfers. It's not the time. You know that we are working on lots of players.
È stata anche questa da parte sua di venire giocare per questa squadra, ma in questo momento
at this moment
dobbiamo rispettare
we have to
le
respect
dinamiche di un altro club che
we have to respect other
lui è
clubs.
sotto contratto. Riteniamo di aver fatto una grande offerta anche per quanto riguarda nei rispetti anche della storia del club.
We've made
belga, perciò
offers.
Mi auguro che questa vicenda si chiude.
I hope that our negotiations will fin soon, and we will be able to introduce this new player.
Grazie, buona giornata e grazie a
Thank you very much for watching Massimiliano Allegri's press conference. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.